Ryan Reynolds said that his children are actually all over the movie in a couple different places. There are a bunch more deleted scenes that they released. There's a scene of Paradox being taken to task by Hunter B-15 before the events of the movie pick up, like before he captures Deadpool and the plot actually starts. What's happened since the end of Loki Season 2 is that Hunter B-15 is in more of a managerial position, and she's managing Paradox, which they explain is like a completely separate division inside the TVA, which is why everything looks different from what it looked like during Loki Season 2. If you remember the cityscape that they showed of the actual TVA, like the wider TVA, it's just a huge facility. So this is just meant to be like a vastly different place that we never visited during Loki Season 1 or Loki Season 2. And the idea of the scene is that Hunter B-15 is upset with him because he's requisitioned too many assets for what his job is supposed to be, basically watching universes slowly decay over time. Remember, after Loki Season 2, they'd essentially stopped pruning most variants, only like the most dangerous variants. They mostly changed the TVA to the KVA, the Kang Variants Authority. But as Paradox explained to Deadpool, he didn't want to just sit around thousands of years watching universes decay. He wanted to get rid of them way faster, thus the Time Ripper and the plot of the movie. There's the scene of Peter saying goodbye to Hunter B-15, making it seem like they actually went on a little date while they were busy picking up all the variants from the void, because he says, "Thank you for helping with the quote-unquote Laura thing," which is them basically bringing X-23 to their X-Men universe, which is how she wound up at their pizza version of the shawarma scene. They kiss, implying that they might have some continuing relationship because Peter goes into his apartment, not Deadpool's apartment, but Peter's apartment, in the Deadpool costume, saying that daddy's in love, and you see Kidpool and Headpool, implying that he's going to be raising Kidpool and Headpool as his own children now. Ryan Reynolds said that his children are actually all over the movie in a couple different places. So one of his daughters played Kidpool. He actually said that he had to make her say all these crazy lines to him during the Deadpool core fight many different times in many different versions of the jokes. His new baby son Olin plays the voice of Babypool, even though Babypool is largely a combination of CG and practical effects. It's just like the giggles from his baby. And when Cassandra Nova takes Wolverine into his mind and you see the tombs of the dead X-Men from his team, you actually hear their dying cries as they're being killed, like he's remembering what their cries sounded like. There's a bunch of children's cries in there too, because there are a bunch of children at the X-Mansion that got killed. Ryan Reynolds said that a lot of those cries are the cries of his own children that just did voiceover for that scene, in addition to a bunch of other kids too. One of his other daughters, Betty, was actually credited in the end credits here as Hugh Jackman's Wrangler. There's a bunch of deleted scenes of Chris Evans in this end credit scene. He actually explains why he wrote it this way. Chris Evans' condition for coming back was that the scene wound up in the actual end credits, like he couldn't take it out. And as you can see from the deleted scenes, he actually did the entire rant in a single take. He just had to do it a couple times just because he messed up, because it was so crazy and so rapid fire. He probably had more dialogue from these rants than he did in an entire Captain America movie.